To get started, you want to put your threads on colour order in the board, and I've got two sections of the same colour, but they are tie-dyed threads, so it doesn't show up quite as well as if I did block colours. So you want to arrange them in the colour order that you want, and then to start your bracelet, you're going to work from the right, and you're going to take the two threads on the right hand side, and you're going to knot the one on the inside towards the right. You want to do this both times. And then you want to repeat this with the rest of your threads. So each time you're going to move one thread up and then just knot towards the right over the remaining threads. So for your first part, you just want to knot each thread in your colour sequence towards the right over the remaining threads until you've knotted all your threads. So once you've knotted all your threads, you should start with something that looks like this. So now you're going to treat the last thread that you knotted as the first row of your pattern. So you want to put that one out of the way, and you can clip it to the board if it helps you to remember not to knot over this next time. So for your second row, you're going to take the thread on your left hand side and you're going to knot over all your threads, but not this one. So once you've knotted over all your threads apart from this one, you can also clip this one out of the way as well. And you're going to do the same thing on your third row. So you're going to knot with this thread over all these threads, but skip the last two. And at the end, once again, you're going to drop this thread and you can just clip it out of the way or just put it out of the way so you don't knot over it. And for your next row, you're going to take the thread that is on the left and you're going to knot over the remaining threads and knot this one. And then you're going to drop this one and do the same thing until you've knotted all your threads. So once you've knotted all your threads, you'll be left with just one thread that hasn't been knotted itself. It should be knotted over. So you can unclip the threads from this side of your board. So to work the second part of your pattern, you're going to take the thread that you've just worked and you're going to knot over the thread in the opposite direction. So you want to go right to left this time. And then you want to take the next colour in your sequence and you want to do the same thing again. So you want to knot from right to left over both your threads. And then you want to take the next thread and do the same thing again. And then do the same thing with your next thread, and you just want to keep doing this until you've worked all the threads from this side. So once you've knotted all your threads at this side, you're going to do a reverse of what you did for your first section. So you're going to take your thread at this side and you're going to knot over every thread apart from this one, because you're going to count this one as the first row of your next section. So you can clip it to the board out of the way if you want and just repeat what you did at the beginning, but you want to do it in the opposite direction. And you want to do this until you've knotted all your threads and you just have one thread left. So like you did before, you want to drop this thread with the other one, and you can clip it to the board, like I said, if it helps remind you that you don't want to knot over these threads. And then just continue down the rest of your bracelet, doing the same thing each time, a mirror of what you did in the beginning. So once you've knotted to the last thread, you want to do a reverse of what you did at this point, and you want to take the same thread that you just worked and then work it in the opposite direction. So this time you're going from left to right. You want to unclip the rest of the threads from the board and then just work along these in order and going left to right each time. So once you've knotted all your threads, you want to return to what you were doing before, and you want to knot all your threads but skip this one and then drop a thread each time, and then you're going to return to what you did there and just work into your triangle part here. And you just want to repeat these steps until you get the bracelet as long as you want it. And when you finish, you should end up with something that looks like this. So I've braided the tail ends to make tie-on ends, so now you just want to try on your bracelet. And that is your completed friendship bracelet.